plasticnews.com. All the latest from Hollywood, toys, gaming, comics, and anything pop culture. plasticnews.com. Don't forget the IQ. plasticnews.com.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Starlight Digest, a podcast bringing you line talk and digesting Star Wars topics over 1,000 years. This is episode 334, being recorded on November 19, 2025. I'm your host, Darth Moocher. I've got Scott Solo here.
What's up, nerds?
I've got Joey here.
How you do?
And Fallen Fett maybe will join us. We'll see. Get
Who
your
knows?
bets in. Get your bets in now. But before we get into all the stuff we got going on today, we got some Star Wars talk. Not really, but really, we got stuff to talk about. There's always something, right?
Yes, there is.
Well, I want to kick it over to Scott because our Shadow Council, the ever-growing list of Shadow Council, which is our financial wing of this podcast. It's the what do they call it? At Atten. They never heard of Atten. That's where they reside.
That's
and
right.
Of course, everybody who's being digested in the pit as we speak on this cold November 19th. Take it away, Scott.
I love this weather, man. It's chilly in here.
Better than sweating.
Fantastic. Whoa.
Nobody had this.
What? What?
What the fudge?
806. Oh
I
my
love it.
God.
Welcome,
Wow.
Ernie the Fallen Fett.
836 Rhino. Geez, thanks. What do you guys take me at?
Ernie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up,
Burning
nerd?
this
How you
party
doing,
soon.
man?
It was wild right now. It's the only reason why I'm here. Like the show came to an abrupt stop.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, are you guys flickering on your internet? Mine's just
You did
mine's
the
just
weather.
a little bluey.
it's the
No,
weather
dude.
or it's the Atlas three
yeah,
eye above you.
the 3-eye out.
Either one. Yeah.
They came around
That's
the sun.
It's Atlas 3i. Yeah. All right. Well, as I was
Yeah.
saying, hey, welcome back, everybody. Look, Ernie's here. It's like a surprise.
love it.
What's up, Ernie? It's great.
Full house.
You know why Ernie's here? Ernie's here because he could not miss today's shout out for the Shadow Council. That's AJ from the Forbidden Panel, Blitz Transmissions, Brian C, Cassidy B, Cliff. Now, Commander Bly is I don't think he's in the chat. Oh no, he's in the chat now. Okay, I was going to send Blitz over to his place to do a wellness check because he wasn't in there.
He's pre-mad right
Okay,
now.
okay, but he's pre-mad, so we're all good. So we got Commander Bly, Commander Cook, Crystal E, Don the Dad Dorn, who is there. I seen him. We've got Eric Grubb, Flavy Davy, Gavin Connor from the Holy Hour All Cure podcast, Hal Runner Base, James Morrow, Joseph Bailey, our friends from across the pond, Chris K and Luke O. We've got Meeks, we've got Mervine, we've got Matt Logic, Muftak is back, Nicholas Schaefer, Obi Sean Kenobi, Rhino AZ222. Rhino AZ22. I guess it's a character named Rhino and I'm just old and don't know these things. And then we've got Rhino Hobbies, we've got Stu John Jedi, and of course, Troy Dodson. If you want to join the Shadow Council and help us bring this podcast to your eye holes and ear holes every week, just log on to patreon.com/Sarlacc Digest Podcast and donate a couple of bucks. It all goes right back into the forming of this mighty podcast that we do. And look at this. We have decals. See these decals right here? This little Sarlacc Digest decals. You guys might want to be on the lookout. You might get a surprise. Maybe. Possibly.
If Joey allows it.
If Joey says it's okay. Yeah, we'll run it by you.
He's not a personal, he's not a yes man.
He's not. If anything, Joey's a no guy. So we got to butter up Joey. Everybody send Joey some love and maybe, just maybe, something might happen. But right now we are currently digesting Ray Stanley. What's up, Ray? How's it going, man? We're digesting Don the Dad Dorn and Rhino Hobbies and Basil G. Magic Mirror, tell me today, did my friends have fun at play? I see Supreme Leader Droid. Who else have we got in there? We've got Basil G. We've got Mando Mike. Look at Mando Mike. He's
Don't read it.
I'm not reading it. We've got Jordan from Canada. I have it on good authority that Jordan from Canada is the only Jordan in all of Canada. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. He is the one and only. We've got Stu Giant Jedi. We've got Ryan. Just Ryan. It's like Cher. It's like Cher and Prince, it's just Ryan. So yeah.
How many names do you need?
Right. I know. Jeez. And I'm just delaying here so I can find more. We've got Santo 1414 in there. And Nicholas H. Thank God Commander Bly's here. He's pre-mad, but he's alive.
We're gonna help that pre-mad probably
you
get even.
You gotta remember Mike's comment in George Lucas's voice.
I'll promise.
Do I? Rick Jones is in the house. Let me see. Mando Mike was making. He said 836 for Ernie originally, but then he said, "Oh, typo. I meant 806." So there we go. We've got AC in there. What's up, AC? Meeks is in the house. We've got Dr. Brantley. My God, they just keep popping up. What's up, Dead Man? How's it going? We got Dead Man 1 in there. Geez Louise, man. I don't know. What am I supposed to read? Cassidy. What's
Big
up, Cassidy?
News coming from the world of Cube Squadron. Monday, we'll be talking about Cube Squadron. Link is in the description below. get caught up on that. But Cassidy, what is up? And then we need to continue with Blitz Transmissions.
Blitz Transmissions. There he is. Star Wars supervillain checking in. Right on.
Oh no.
And then we've got Commander Bly sending us a $1.99 super chat for Joey to tell us what the F is happening right now.
Well,
so
graphics axis because Ernie is here on time.
I know we were like all flustered here. It's all
Sorry.
I don't know what's happening. We've got B-Sum75 in the house. And so if you're in there, just give us a shout. We'll give you a shout. It's how it all works. It's very community driven. What am I supposed to read in Mando Mike's George
nothing?
Lucas
People
voice?
Are we got Matt Logic. Hey AI. What's up, dude? People think we're late because Ernie's here. Like, wait a second, I missed the first half.
Oh, we're the ones that are late.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Poor Ernie. I got your back, Ernie. I got your back. No problem.
But
stop picking on him.
Aren't we the taughty ones?
Speaking of late, kind of like late holiday, Monday we all had Life Day. If you guys remember, Wookiee Life Day was November 17th. It's always November 17th. And I'm very disappointed because it's just not a thing. I mean, we said it to each other, but like it's not a thing. It's like I know the Disneyland parks have the Wookiee come in out or Chewbacca with the life, the globe and everything.
Yeah.
And but I mean, we have our May
Happy Life Day, and she just blinked at me. And
yeah, I mean, but we have our May 4th. Everybody, it's a worldwide celebration. But like, Wookiee Life Day is a actual holiday in Star Wars, and it's not really celebrated on a global level. I feel because it just kind of came and went. I don't know because Monday everybody's back to work. Or what it is. What do you guys think? I mean, like, should there be a thing? Oh, or maybe that's why.
God,
that's why. Right there. That's why. Come on, everybody. You gotta give Lumpy his credit. Just say hi to Lumpy.
Oh my God.
Yes, Blitz. Go for it, man. We'll see you on the replay. Thank you so much. Stu, sorry. Congrats on 500, Ernie. I mean, it's yeah. But yeah, we have to make that a thing moving forward. I think we have to do more of we have to do a better effort at bringing Life Day.
Yeah. I mean, Life Day, it's got to be more than just, Disney putting out a couple of merchandise items on, the month of November. We have to celebrate this stuff, man.
Yeah.
We all have to get our little our glowy Life Day balls.
Well, me and Joey's
got glowy balls. I know that.
We can paint our heads.
I got my little glowy ball somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. It's over there.
Dr. Brantley, Lumpy is worse than any Ewok ever could be.
Lumpy is offended by that, sir. Look at that. He looks sad. Lumpy is sad now.
But yeah, I was just thinking about that. I put a note on the paper saying like, Life Day needs to be a bigger thing than it actually is, or because I know, like I said, I know that Ernie knows that the Disneyland parks do something. They have merchandise and whatnot, but I just feel like it's needs to be represented better.
Yeah, there's the glowy ball. I know that this year Chewbacca decided to. I mean, they put Chewbacca in the red robe, and he came out under the Falcon wearing the red robe.
Yeah,
sporting the Wookiee Life Day ball.
Yeah. The Life Day orb. Yes. Ray Stanley. Do you guys think they should add a Star Wars float to the Macy's Thanksgiving parade? 20 yes, every single like a staple. Yes, of course. I mean, without they're doing a Stranger Things one this year, so why not? Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Because what if people actually celebrate Life Day like it's a super crazy cult like thing where they throw old people off a cliff?
Like in Midsummer? Yeah. I'm down.
This is not Viking times where they throw the. Do you guys?
I'm down with that.
Never mind. Did you ever see the show Norseman?
No.
It's like a comedic ripoff, or not a comedic ripoff, but it's a comedic take on Vikings, the show Vikings that's uber violent and all that. But it's.
I mean, it's funny.
Watch it. Watch it. It's pretty
Yeah.
funny, but there's a whole episode of them throwing their old elders off of cliffs.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk off the
It's a
cliff.
real thing. It's a real thing. All right. Well, anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because again, Life Day came and went, and nobody said anything. I was kind of like, boom.
I did. You did.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. If you haven't seen Midsummer, Matt Logic, just drop everything, go watch it. It's a great movie.
After the digest, then drop everything and go watch it.
Rhino Hobbies, if it helps, I put on a red moon and walk outside and howled like a Wookiee. Please did a welfare check an hour later. You know what? We all thank you from the community. At least somebody's out there trying to get in the spirit, you know? So
yeah, I love that.
All right, guys. So in the past, we've talked about Sabine, right? Sabine Wren and her role. Is that your dog? Yeah, it's Joey's dog. The Sabine roles Wren in Ahsoka with her being a Jedi or a Force user, and I think most of us, I don't know, I think Ernie might be in favor, but for the most part, I think we're all kind of like it might be a character misplaced, right? Like it just doesn't fit that. To me, it never sat right. You know what I mean? Even the whole roll through Rebels, it just kind of like it hinted towards it, but it never went anywhere. And I was cool with that. I'm like, she could just be a badass warrior and not be force sensitive and just keep that by itself and maybe a different kind of whatever. And then Ahsoka set her up as her apprentice, and they had this conflict. And then at the end, she's a force user. Well, I was just setting it up, like, you know, like now it's come to like we've been talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so the I guess it came out on what was it called? The Pod of the Rebellion.
Of the Rebellion, yes.
Yeah.
Pod of the Rebellion. Which
is a celebrity podcast. The actors and the creators of Rebels get together and do a podcast. And well, it came out that Henry Gilroy, one of the co-writers on Rebels, agrees with that sentiment. Yes. Agrees that Sabine, he didn't like her direction.
Yeah, his statement was, let me see right here, Sabine's journey. Okay, Gilroy explained that Sabine's Jedi journey was never the intention during the animated series. When the idea was brought up in the writer's room years ago, they decided it would ultimately undermine the story they were already telling. It was absolutely not the plan. Yeah. We really felt that not only did it step on Ezra's story, it was a weak retread. We already did this.
Yeah. 1,000,000,000%. Okay, first off, Supreme Leader Droid. Side question, but are y'all going to Star Wars Celebration LA 2027? Yes. In fact, I just real fast, we get back to Sabine. In our Discord, there is a section for Star Wars Celebration LA. Just when news comes, we'll talk about it, we'll organize, but yeah, we'll all be there. Absolutely. Yeah, let's see. And Nicholas H., I agree with Gilroy that Sabine being Jedi was totally unnecessary. She was already badass. Maybe Filoni did it because he wanted that tension between Sabine and Ahsoka, but I also found that frustrating. I think, and I think you're 100% right. I think you could have that tension still with a partnership, not an apprentice, and not trying to train her as a Jedi, Force user, whatever. You could have. They still could have had the conflict. They still could have parted ways. Ezra still could have gotten on the Star Destroyer by himself at the end of Ahsoka. I mean, they could have rewritten something where it didn't have to be like this aha moment where Sabine was like this Force user now.
It could have even been the fact that maybe they were together for years searching for Ezra and it failed, and Sabine went back to Fall just to chill out. Right? It didn't have to be. It didn't have to be that. It never. Now, to me, it never bothered me that she ended up having Force sensitivity, but at the same time, I didn't think it was necessary. Yeah.
I remember watching Ahsoka and thinking like, please don't do it. Okay, they didn't do it. Don't do it. And then they did it. I was like, well, I guess we're here now. Is anybody in the camp of great character arc on Sabine? Is anybody in that be like, I love that Sabine's Force sensitive here? Ernie. No. Ernie said
what's the line from Solo? What's the line from Solo? I don't agree with it, but I accept it. I don't
have to accept it. Yeah.
But I accept it. I mean, it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I know who she is and everything, but I don't know like her depth, her story, deep in it. Did she have a relative or a dad that was a Jedi before her?
Not a dad, but her
or like
she's
a
from
like her blood. Is her bloodline?
Yes, she's from Clan Vizsla. So Pre Vizsla was it Pre Vizsla that created the Darksaber?
Yes.
He was the
Okay.
original Jedi. Yeah, Vizsla was the Jedi
Mandalorian.
Darksaber.
Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely
so that
has
helped
the
the
bloodline.
story with me.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I still don't
Same.
like the idea of just random people becoming
Me too.
and becoming Jedis.
Yeah, I think it's and I know Ernie will jump on me on this one too. It's you're taking a character, and like I said, I see people in the chat kind of agreeing with what I'm just about to say. Sabine was awesome as it was. Baseline Sabine was awesome. I think we all liked her character in Rebels. I loved her. I did like her in Ahsoka, right? And everything. It's just that one moment where it was like they were teasing us with it. They even teased it in Rebels a little bit. You know, her and Kanan had the moments, but it was like straight up Mandalorian trait that she was just fighting because she's a weapon. She uses weapons as a religion. It's like an unnecessary thing. And I think that with Boba Fett and Sabine, they went too far into the overdeveloping a character, especially in Sabine, right? With Boba Fett, they made him too sympathetic, or he was too sympathetic for the people around him when it's like, you know what I mean? It felt off. It felt odd. The choices for Boba Fett, and it feels odd for the choices of Sabine. Like I said, we've said this a lot, you know.
And from Sabine to go from 0 to 60 in 10 seconds. I mean, she'd been trying for 10 years to be able to, you know,
Force Awakens
use the
somehow.
Force, right?
Yeah.
And you know, she's able to call her lightsaber to her, and then the next moment she's pushing Ezra across this vast gulf, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a bit of shark jumping in that, if you'll pardon the use of that. But hey, what's up, TD3 Trooper?
TD3 do we get Rick? In case we didn't get Rick Jones, we got Rick Jones. Ahsoka needs a co-writer. Yeah. Okay. So there's the other point to this.
Yeah, I was going to get to that too.
Filoni and Gilroy wrote Rebels together, and they had this whole Rebels thing, and they obviously did that. The Sabine's character didn't come to fruition, but now that Filoni kind of like, I don't know if he co-wrote Ahsoka or he had co-writer or he was just by himself, and
he wrote it by himself.
Okay, so he went all in on this whole Sabine thing. Now, who knows how far he's going to go into it with season 2, right?
It's what I was about to say was that we keep laying all of our hopes of the future on the doorstep of Dave Filoni, right? Becoming the grand poobah of Star Wars, right? The guy who knows all the lore and all that. But whenever you give somebody that unchecked power, and all of a sudden it goes against some of the original plans and all that, is this just is this a natural evolution of what the characters might do under his watch, or is this a one-off?
That's what I'm saying. How heavily are they going to lean into that come Ahsoka season 2? It doesn't seem like it's a popular choice. Even from when we watched Ahsoka, it wasn't like a fist-pumping moment that, oh, Sabine is Force sensitive now. And to me, that kind of like negates a lot of the Mandalorian traits and all that struggle that she went through, especially with her family in the dark in the series of Rebels, right? It kind of like now it's somehow Sabine is Force sensitive now. You know, it's like it awoke. And I agree with Joey. I personally myself, I do not like that anybody in the Star Wars universe could learn about the Force. It's just teaching your midichlorians to tap into the Force, but you have to have many of them, I guess, to do it. But anybody really could use the Force in some sort of way. I never liked that. You know what I mean?
So as long as you have one midichlorian.
Well, and here's the thing, right? I've said it before that my huge disagreement with George Lucas in the prequel trilogy was when he made it biological, right? Because originally it was magical. It didn't have anything to do with biology. It was mystical. And the whole idea of Luke learning the ways, learning magic, you know, to become a Jedi, just like his father did, it kind of gave credence to the idea that you could be a Jedi too if you just tried hard enough and you learned the ways of the Force. That was my interpretation.
Okay, yeah, and again, everybody 100%. Okay. Yes, I agree.
So whenever it became a blood thing, whenever they took Anakin's blood with the little Bic shaver that Qui-Gon had or whatever.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it became a thing that it was biological. That's whenever I had a problem with it.
Oh yeah,
And
everybody did.
all of a sudden it was no longer magic. It was biological, and it could be measured. And that was weird to me. It was weird that you could measure the force in somebody with a number, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just sensing it.
But I like Luke's
science.
Yeah, I like Luke's speech to Leia, though. The force is strong in my family. I have it. My father has it. You have it. And my sister has it, right? And soon you will learn the ways to. And that was a strong bloodline.
Yeah.
He even said it was a bloodline thing kind of deal. And that's where, and like I say, growing up, I was like, yeah, the Skywalkers are strong in the force to the point where they can become Jedi, but not, if you just work, if you study hard, I want to bring up Nicholas H. Yeah. I know you guys, he says, I know you guys rate Filoni, but I'm not sure he has the live action chops needed. We have stress in Filoni we trust on this podcast, right? We say that because he's the protege of George Lucas. He came out of the Rebels group. I absolutely enjoyed Ahsoka, but the Ahsoka part.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like Ahsoka to me is
Ahsoka and Ray Stevenson's character Balin.
Yeah,
all of that was great. The Ezra bit of it was cool.
The only thing I didn't agree was the Sabine parts to it. But again, I'm like, okay, well, I guess we need another. I'm baffled by the decision. I am. Like, I don't know how more powerful you can make that group if you made her the Force user, unless they're going to kill Ahsoka off, and Sabine's going to carry that torch in that group. So
might be a thing. But I always love the fact that whenever they were training Ezra, or whenever Ezra and Kanan were working together to train her with the Darksaber, how she was using her tools, her weapons to bring the Darksaber, the grapple to get the Darksaber, the flamethrower to try and gain the upper hand. And she was using her warrior instincts, and Kanan had pushed her to do that. Use what you know.
Right.
So I'm sorry, Joey, what was that?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been Ezra's place though? Like, if say Ahsoka were to get killed, I would see Ezra more than Sabine.
Yeah. I like I said, I in that glue thing, I said, unless they're going to lose Ahsoka, I don't know. I can't figure it out yet. Like, well, first off, I can never figure it out, because once we think we've had it figured out, it comes out and it's completely wrong, right? But there are ways we could talk our ways around certain things. Be like, all right, that makes sense. This makes sense, and having that, it seems like it's just a little unnecessary. Like, So I agree with Henry Gilroy on that when he's saying like it was never the intention, but Filoni went ahead and did it anyway. You know what I mean? And I can say I can see where, like Nicholas H. would say, hey, look, that's one decision, but that can lead into two decisions, to 4 to 8, and to the point where it's like now it's off the rails where we don't even recognize it. You know what I mean? That's where I think where the sequels went a little bit, where it's like they changed it way too much. Now it's unrecognizable and too convenient. And it just, you didn't like, throughout the hero's journey, and you made these nice little plot lines that comfortably fit, or conveniently fit, not comfortably, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think, here I am again, I have to wait and see. We have to wait and see what the dust settles, but I don't think Filoni is that type. I think he will do good, especially with the co-writing the Mando. I think he co-wrote the Mando Grogu movie, right? So he's got his,
he wrote a series and directed a bunch of Clone Wars episodes and Rebels episodes and the whole bit, and I have to feel like Ahsoka and Sabine are both trapped on another world on the other side of the galaxy, away from the big battle that's coming. They're up against Balin, who's so strong he was able to single-handedly beat Ahsoka before. And if you've got Balin and Shin together against Ahsoka, I don't think she stands a chance unless she's got some sort of backup. Yeah. So
now there's.
Now you've got Sabine.
Maybe that was his way of
evening the playing field.
I mean, you're right. It could be. We did have Max Rebo Experience. $1.99 had to kick Stoney from the stream.
I think he meant Tommy.
Yeah. I thought Stone Mandalorian was in there, but I mean, he's gone. Max, we can talk about him now. He's going to be on replay. So he can't talk about it.
We've got Mando Mike in there putting moves on Shin and Sabine. So he's basically, if they have a pulse, Mando Mike's in. So
yeah. Rick Jones says Sabine and Ahsoka weren't tight during Rebels, and they try to make them a thing. Yeah, there's something there that he's working on. He's cooking something up in there, and like I said, in season 2, everything should come to a head on that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Sabine being a Smack's Reboot experience, Sabine being a Force user is like Leia becoming Luke's sister, was something they changed halfway through. Yeah, it definitely felt that way. It really did, you know. Dave didn't want to introduce a new character, wanted to tap into Sabine's fandom, probably, or it means that there's bigger plans for Sabine in the future. Where she takes place of somebody, and I could think it'll be Ahsoka, right? Just like Ray says here, if they kill Ahsoka off the show, it's going to be a crazy battle fight. Yeah, I think Ahsoka is destined for something different. I don't think she survives season 2. I think it's but it's going to be like that in Obi-Wan. It's like a Kenobi experience, you know.
How do you think it would have worked if instead of doing Rey for the sequels, if they would have made Sabine the main female Jedi character?
Yeah,
to be the center of all that.
To be very familiar and all that stuff. I mean,
she's got a fan base already. It's pretty strong.
Well, we'll get into that in a second, because it might even happen, because something might not be happening. So Meeks is gifting 1 Starlight Digest Star Wars community membership. Thank you, Meeks. At it again, and the winner was it
TVC Mackin.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, congratulations, and thank you to Meeks.
And special shout out to Mando Mike, our Mando Horian, as he says. Yes.
Sabine looks better in live action. Yes, I agree.
Yep,
I agree. Ernie, where are you at in this? I mean, do you think it's something that they're going to replace Sabine with in the future? Do you think, like what Joey just said, that maybe they're building on a place for Sabine in the future of Star Wars? You know what I mean? Like an actual, like a hoisting her up after everything settles, and even post sequels.
Oh wow!
She could be a center of plot points. Not Rey so much anymore, but a Sabine. That's kind of interesting.
No, the only way that I see all this is just relative talk again. To be honest with you, we've talked about this before. You know, it's they're trying to stay relevant in this Star Wars franchise, so they feel like their NDAs are up and they can say what they want to say.
That's
and
true
then
too.
Speak about it and be like, "Oh, hey, you know."
After the fact.
Right. Because he could say whatever he wants. Disney ain't going to take that with a grain of salt as forever. I mean, this is the story that they've done. This is the decision that they do.
Right.
I think as we get into it and too much of, well, where did this go? What could happen? They already have it written out. We already know the seasons are going to happen, what's going on. They've stuck to their so-called Disney Star Wars story, which we always call it, and it's forever changing. Was that a bad decision? Yeah, but we've had a lot of bad decisions. Maybe Boba Fett shouldn't have walked around with his helmet off all the time. Maybe
but it happened.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. And here we are with her.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way that we can see, as long as it's fixed, maybe as far as she doesn't use it as much, you know, if we're coming back into this next season and she's just full on.
Right. Yeah.
Everything is like, oh, you know what I mean? Because at the same time, it was that.
There you go.
Absolutely. Yes. Right. You're absolutely right. It was, I was trying to use stuff that they'll understand. Right?
Wow.
It was
down.
yeah. Thank you, Ernie.
Yeah. She was already a Mandalorian. Again, that meant something.
Yeah.
She was a badass.
Yeah.
She did do that. We had a lot of background on her and what she did, her story-wise, her family moments, everything like that. Now, to throw this in is okay. Again, I can understand it's different because maybe she always was and everything. But then we start getting into the Finn situation. Where
Yeah.
he's like, I thought that I was written in as a Jedi. I held the saber on the poster. I was told I had powers, but it was never shown. Well, okay, here's the same thing. So then the only way that this could go on further now is we bring back Jedi academies, and we are teaching. We
Mhm.
are showing you for if you thought you had somewhere to be force sensitive, right? Then
Yeah,
then that could play in.
yeah, because think about this, right? Pre that ending of Ahsoka, we all had this like Jedi, Luke Skywalker set up his academy, and then we know that Ben Solo, Kylo at the time, I guess, destroyed it and ran off with a couple students and all that stuff, right? I mean, there's a whole thing. Now we have to put Sabine in that mix because she's directly involved in that because and they'll have to get off of Peridea. They have to get off of Peridea first, like Ahsoka and Sabine, and then I think it goes into that whole Luke Skywalker connection, Jedi Academy, and now we could put Sabine in the sequel timeline of either one of those students or one that ran off with Ben Solo. That'd be awesome too.
Jeez.
We got to remember that Luke was not a child,
Right?
and as we see, you were supposed to learn as a child and growing up into the Jedi ways and everything. So, I mean, if you want to
was an Imperial, she was an Imperial pilot first.
Because a lot of people have said that as far as, and look at how old she is. And I'm always going back to the Luke stuff as far as
she's Luke's. She's Mara. She's the Mara Jade of this. Watch, they're gonna turn her into Mara Jade of the sequels.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. Actually, you know why? Because it's way.
If it's there to continue our story, then okay.
Yeah,
I'm saying that this far. Though of when we talk about this kind of stuff, basically we have to remember there is no changing it. So where do we go from here?
Exactly, and that's where before like now everything means something. They can't just can't just make a show and just like we'll fix it later. It's like I think they're taking 3 steps back on that kind of attitude where we have to be very careful what we're doing. And if you really want, like, Star Wars is always about disruption. It's always been about that. It's always been about like taking something and being like, this is the progression of a story. This isn't not supposed to be rinse and repeat and everything. So yeah, if Sabine went full circle and became Luke's love interest and she died on the Jedi Temple by Kylo Ren, right? Like taking place of the Mara Jade character, that would be awesome, I think, because that's really throwing everything in chaos in our minds and in the story minds and all that stuff where all these characters, it's not saying that, I mean, we would really have to digest that. As of right now, I'm just like throwing it out there and it seems like that's just crazy enough to be like, let's go.
Yeah.
But when I really think about it, I mean, like when we have time, we'll see how that plays out. But that's
threw a monkey wrench into the plan there, man.
Cassidy, Finn 100% should become a Jedi. I hope they revisit his character one day. That's so funny because like even Oscar Isaac, they're all in now, right? Every one of them are in. If the script is right and the story is right, I'm back. And then before even like John Boyega, he's like, I'm done with Star Wars, F it all, blah blah blah. And now he's like, hey, if the
paycheck clears,
the paycheck clears. Yeah,
you guys mentioned Finn. Okay, in The Force Awakens, he had no. It didn't indicate anything about him having any kind of force powers, right? It was just him swinging the lightsaber.
Right in the trailer that made everybody go, oh,
so,
yes.
And then he says too, I was told, that I thought I was going to have powers. I thought I was going to be a Jedi.
Right.
Do you think if he did do that, do you think that's probably why they written in, okay, we're going to give him powers, but we're not going to make him full on Jedi, but we're going to give him like,
you mean in Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah.
I think J.J. Abrams was
it wasn't their intention
alluding
to make the Jedi, but because he said something, they're like,
Ray, as we're sinking toward it, I gotta tell you something.
I've got something to say.
It's like I'm dying here. We always thought it was like I love you, right? That was because I wasn't putting that connection together because I thought that moment had passed. It wasn't enough time. There wasn't enough movies, enough time for Ray to develop or Finn to develop Jedi powers or whatever it
Mhm.
Well,
was.
there
But
would have been had they at
if they
least
did from
given
the
us, you know,
start,
some
yeah.
time between movies, but everything
Yeah.
was like the next day.
Well, honestly, they really could have done it, because the whole thing about the Force awakening, a lot of people have this theory of like it's Finn that awoken, what the Force awoken in him at that moment. That's why he didn't take part in the massacre. That's why he went against everything that he was trained from bird stuff.
That's what
So,
it
and it
looked
makes
like.
sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and so to have that, yeah. So I can see how, honestly, and then he's on the cover with the thing, right? And it's like they made a big deal about it, and then it's like, no, he's just a stormtrooper. Nothing to see here.
It
Yeah.
screams Ray's name every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then we have Max Rebo. We have Grogu to deal with. We have a lot of Force users right now to deal with in the Mandoverse time frame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's at first. Remember we were talking about like, man, where are all these Jedi's and everything? But you know what? This is post Return of the Jedi, right? Post Empire, where the balance of power is shifting. So
And they can come out of hiding, you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Out of trillions and trillions of people or aliens and billions of planets. I mean, they didn't get Order 66. There wasn't enough clones to kill them all. You know what I mean? So, and they were spread out all over the place. And some there should have been some scenes of the Jedi fighting back on killing their own clone, their company of clones. You know what I mean?
Like Yoda did. Yeah.
Yes.
Yoda just took out the two. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm sure that happened. Well, like Quinlan Vos, obviously, he survived. And so there's a lot there. There's still a lot to dissect. I love it. I think it's great. They're talking about Jason. So we have Jason Solo. Jason.
Jason Solo. Oh, Jason Syndulla.
Yeah, not Jason Solo. Yeah. We have Jason Syndulla to deal with. But here it is. They were born after, posted. So
man, wouldn't that be a kick in the pants though? The final part of Ahsoka season 2 is Hera drops Jason off at Luke's Jedi temple, and then next thing you know, he's one of the dead kids on the ground.
This green hair flowing in the wind.
Yeah, man.
Yes, dude, John, not in China. Yeah, I don't understand. Disney really just buried Finn. They took him off the poster, or they took him and made him this small on the poster. Yeah. Let's see, Nicholas H. Our speculations will be so far off the mark, right?
Yes.
Did Filoni say writing Ahsoka season 2 was challenging because he didn't know how to bring it all together?
I don't remember that.
I don't know. I
remember hearing that.
Yeah, I don't know about Ahsoka 2. Because he had. I mean, this goes back 5 years ago, maybe when. Of course, Mando.
Of course. Maz Kanata? Really?
Mike needs a date. He had an overall plan to come to get the basically the chief. What was his title? He's the head writer. He's the head story guy at
Who are we talking about? Filoni?
Filoni,
Chief creative officer. I believe,
CCO.
CCO.
Yes.
Yeah. Chief creative officer. And
for him to get that title, he probably did present like, hey, I've got this 5 to 10 year timeline, and it's all going to culminate with this. We dub it the Heir to the Empire movie, which is the Dave Filoni movie, which that's a thing. But we got to get through Ahsoka. We got to get through a couple things before that comes to fruition, right? So I think that it all ties in. And once we're like, if you're reading a book, right, and you're always trying to guess the ending, this is where we're at. We're like in the 1/3 of the way through, and we're still don't know. We still have all the pieces. Nothing's clear. So that's why we're doing the podcast, why we talk Star Wars every day, is because we don't know the overall plan. So even if Ahsoka season 2 comes and wraps up and it is what it is, it's not the ending. That's not the end all be all ending of the grand plan of it. It just might be like disruption of the norms where everybody can throw their arms and go like, oh my God, what are we doing? It's like, yeah, we don't know, because we're only halfway through the story, you know, which is great. That's what this whole thing's about. So
Star Wars will never end. We're always going to be just halfway through the story, guys.
I mean, quite honestly, I was cool with the ending out of Return of the Jedi. I was set. right off into the sunset, but Ray Stanley, they could at least bring Finn back in future Star Wars movies on his own show. Like what Ernie was saying, right? Like all the NDAs are lifted and they're free to talk about it and stuff. And we know Daisy Ridley is in talks. We know that I don't know what they're doing, but they're in talks. Oscar Isaac is saying he wants to come back, and Finn is saying, or John Boyega is saying he wants to come back, or if the planets align somehow, they would be open to coming back. A lot of them do, I think even Adam Driver had even that whole thing about the canceled Ben Solo film before all these people were dead. We're done. I'm walking away. Star Wars is dead as far as my career. I'm appreciative of the opportunity. I loved what I did, but it's just not a thing. Now everybody's talking about it. So there might be a lot of things swirling around this story group. And we're like, in order for the Starlight Digest to be happy with the sequels, we have to do these things.
What was that whole thing that was going around about somebody spread a rumor about a movie called The Hunt for Ben Solo?
Yeah, that was a what's his name? Adam Driver. Jeez.
Adam Driver, and
he came out and said that there was plans to have a movie. That it was
but it was Disney execs. It was Bob Iger and his crew that actually put a kibosh on it because they couldn't quite figure out how he would still be able to be alive because he died and disappeared into the Force.
But somehow,
Palpatine can do it. Why can't he?
Yeah.
Because okay. Honestly, do we really need that again? Do we really need somebody to just come back to life out of nowhere after being dead?
Not anymore.
No, we don't. And but everybody's all up in arms about this, but the minute it would happen, everybody would be pissed about it. So it's like, does that need to happen?
Well, because in that story, you don't have to do it that route. There's a lot of routes you can do with the whole dyad thing, he disappeared at the end, right? There's a lot of things other than this somehow. There's a ways of working around it. Just like we can explain ways of the Emperor coming back, but they didn't do it that. They just said that he survived. The Stone Mandalorian Collector checking in. What's up, dude? Went figgy hunting with my wife. I'll catch you all in the replay. Thank you so much. Hope you're all having a good stream. Hope everyone in chat is having a good night as well. Thank you, man. Yeah. Definitely catch us on the replay and hit those comments too, because again, the conversation never stops, dude. We just come up with new stuff to talk about or argue about or get mad about. So but yeah, you're right in a sense. Like there might be just times to kind of like drop certain things and hopes and wants, because they're not going to do it. They're just not going to give us a lot of things. And again, they have to look at it like a business. And we were kind of spoiled growing up with the episodes 1 through 6 where George Lucas wanted this story out no matter what. Like he made business decisions, but he really didn't care about other people making money. He really didn't care about it as as long as he knew the money was going to be there, but he didn't base the entire Star Wars off a financial reason to do the movies. He wanted for the arc of it and stuff, and that's not where we're at. And we have not been that place in a long time. So if it makes sense financially, we could see these stories come to fruition. But if it only makes sense for us because we want it, I guarantee you we'll never see it. Just like a lot of people want a rated R Darth Vader or whatever. Yes, it would sell, but I think for the masses will be like, well, that was unnecessary. And I don't think it'll be as successful as we think it would be. So
no, what is it? Yeah. I've said it before. What does a rated R Star Wars need to be?
Andor was the closest one. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Commander Black. People have been saying Star Wars is dead for 10 years. Yeah. And that's fine. Cool. Righto. See, this is
go ahead. What's that? We need a Holdo origin story. Hang on a minute, folks.
I think he meant Hondo. Take
it away, Mooch. What do you think of a
an origin story? No, because I didn't even like her in the books. I thought the character was over the top eccentric in the books, and for her to come on that board on that purple dress, just really kind of it makes sense if they were coming from Han Solo's funeral, like in the book. in the
Right.
novelization of Rise or Last Jedi, they had a brief funeral for
forgot
Han
about
Solo.
that.
Yeah,
You're
a
right.
brief
I
one in the
forgot about
intro.
that.
That would have made sense, and I probably would have bought her get up
Yeah.
if they were like, because Leia was decked out too, right? It was like, oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, you're
Yeah,
generals.
but didn't her origin start in Isla Sorna digging around in Triceratops shit?
Yes.
That's where her
Yes.
origin started.
But no, we do not need that at all. No. Yeah,
course
actually,
we need
rated R with sax and violins. Yeah.
Sexual violence.
Yeah.
So, but you know, Sabine wasn't the only one in the news this week, though. Either purple is not her color.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say about this whole thing about like are you talking about we're gonna get into the Ray stuff, right? The Ray movie stuff. Yeah. I mean, this is funny because every single week something is going on with this Ray movie, the new Jedi Order stuff like that, where a writer leaves. First off, I think what happened was they jumped the gun. Daisy Ridley said, "Hey, they approached me with this project, and I thought it was it's such a great concept
Idea. Yeah.
And that's all she said. That's all she said. They didn't say like, "Oh, I've signed a contract. I'm not gonna." It's just a great concept for the character of Rey, and it was supposed to be a very minimal role for Rey anyway. But everybody dubbed it the Rey movie, and it's still something that's in the works. Okay, it's not something that's been ever scrubbed, but they've gone through script. They can't get a script. They can't get a script down. In fact, I think they're still on the screenplay. They're still trying to write something like, and to me, if this is all true and it's all this turmoil stuff, then there's not a story there. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just like, okay, look,
they're trying too hard.
We're forcing this issue, and maybe we're just because again, their backs against the wall in this issue anyway. You know what I mean? Yes, man. Yeah, but like, it's an uphill climb on the movie anyway, and for them to like I said, this all could be false. So it's all rumors, poodoo, whatever it is, because nothing's official, other than they have gone through a couple script writers, and Daisy Ridley says she wants to do it.
Yeah,
that's all we've heard.
And this week, the scuttlebutt across YouTube is it's over. It's canceled. It's done.
And why?
Because Daisy Ridley took a job working on another movie this week.
Yeah, I mean, it's like she's working.
She's working. She's a working actress. She took a job, so automatically it's all these other podcasts,
doom and gloom,
but the YouTubers are like, "It's over! Oh my god, what are we gonna do? No more Rey movie." It's like, calm down, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's it. That was it. That was the big.
That was it. Yeah, and people. Yeah, exactly. She's working. And yeah, it's weird.
As you do as an actor.
It's so wild.
I know.
Yeah.
Cassidy says, "Do you guys think we will see the TV series characters tie into the big movie characters, or will they forever keep them separate?" I think that with the Heir to the Empire movie, we're dubbing it the Heir to the Empire movie, the Dave Filoni culmination movie at the end. I absolutely think we're gonna see a big crossover.
Yeah.
All the Ahsoka characters, all the Mando characters involved somehow, some way into like Thrawn and stuff.
That's how it was dubbed, right? That's going to be this one big movie that ties in all of the Disney Plus movies and puts a bow on that era, right? Ends it.
Right.
So yes.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's what they're leaning towards. Ahsoka is right now is the last live action Disney Plus project that they've got going on for next year. It's all into the theaters after that. Now, Starfighter being a whole separate kind of like cut off from the whole timeline in general. We only have Mando Grogu at this moment that's officially coming out.
Yeah.
We do have the Rey movie. Okay. That was announced as, this is coming, but whatever. And we do have the James Mangold movie, which is The Dawn of the Jedi, 35,000 years way in the past. Those three movies are the official kind of like in production might not be filming, but they're actively being produced. The ones that are not active development, right? The ones that are not, there's a lot of other things like the Rian Johnson trilogy, the Rogue Squadron movie. There's a lot of other ones that have been announced, but they're just not currently being worked on, and I don't count those yet. So I think there's a big plan to return to the theaters. Mando Grogu's the big test. Yeah, it's up to us to go see it, and if we like it, I'm not gonna say if we like it, go see it again. Make sure we do. Yeah. Dr. Bradley, let's check back on Rey in 30 years like we did with Luke. Okay, that's a good point, because one of the biggest misses, in my opinion, was that we waited way too long for the continuation of Luke, Han, and Leia's story. Which it should have been in the 90s. That's what we should have been doing instead of wait when it's kind of too late, right? And you had to come up with a whole different cast. If that was the plan of continuing their story, then you got to do it now. Oscar Isaac, John Boyega, and Daisy, you got to get those people in the mix. If that's their plan, you can't do it when they're legacy characters. Yeah, it just
Yeah, and plus I don't want to do that, because regardless of if we need that type of time span, I don't want to be 81 going to a Star Wars movie going, I remember back in my day when she was a Palpatine.
If it's a sequel, I'll no thank you. Was it and Taika Waititi got the movie logo. Again, that's another movie that got a logo.
Needs to go away.
And like an announcement of this dude is doing it. But it's so funny. They announce a bunch of it, but they never say anything's canceled. Like, we still have the Lando.
What movie was he supposed to be doing?
We don't know, but some of the imagery that came out along with the logo made it look as though it was going to be the Dawn of the Jedi movie that James Mangold is now working on.
Yeah.
So because it was like made of stone, like an old Stone Age logo, and then they showed the image of one of those pyramids that I'll never remember the name of those flying pyramids that Mooch always has to look up for me.
Is it the Ricotta or the?
It's the pyramid shaped ships.
Yeah, I think it's the Ricotta, because the Ricotta is the technology, the alien race with the advanced technology. Yeah.
It's also cheese.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's cheese.
Not ricotta. That's the ricotta.
I was like, isn't that cheese?
Yeah, Rick Jones. Rogue Squadron is rumored to be a series.
Thoyor. That's what they're called. Thoyor.
Oh right, yeah. The
pyramid ships.
The Mortis guys, the Mortis planet technology. Yeah, that's the ones. Rick is rumored to be the Rogue Squadron series now. But again, it was that, like I said, before the shift back to movies, pre-shift. It's all up in the air. Which is, I'm quite honest with you guys. I kind of like it up in the air. I don't like a scattered. I don't like a scattered story group, but I kind of like not knowing a lot of like the future movies, because then I still in that sense of like I like to be surprised. I would love to sit in a movie theater in December and be like, there's a trailer for a Star Wars movie coming in summer that I knew nothing about. And I would lose it, just like we did when we were kids. I thought that would be kind of cool. I know that we're way past those kinds with social medias and everything leaks. We know way in advance when things are coming out, but that would be cool. Not knowing, like all of a sudden they come out and be like, hey, next week we got this movie. It just wrapped and it's about this. I'm like, oh my God, be kind of cool.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Commander Bly.
Ouch! He'd be okay if he was dead. When
like I said,
Jesus, dude.
I'm too old to go to see the Rey movie. Manicotti in space. Yeah,
Manicotti in space.
I want lasagna now. Yeah, Rey versus the provolone. Thanks, Scott.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's funny how like things pop up on socials and everything, and everybody has the answers, right? That's one thing that we try to do here is kind of sift through it and see if there's valid sources. I mean, we've got Ernie down there that will blink twice if it's real, and like smile if it's not real. Yeah, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's all fake, exactly. But it's fun. First off, it's fun to talk about. But we'd never say it as fact, because if we did and didn't come true, I mean, we like to sit there and, like I said, nothing's official until it's official. That's always been a thing, and it's always been. But we try to have our ears to the ground and come up. So,
do you know how difficult it is though? Whenever you see all these YouTube pages, I hate giving people clicks whenever it's all just rage bait, right?
Yeah.
So I see a headline that says "It's over" and it's got Ray's picture. I'm like, I'm not clicking that, but I'm gonna Google, why is the Ray movie over? And then I start looking back at the facts and seeing exactly what it is that was done, or what was said, that makes this kind of nonsense pop up. Don't give them clicks. Come to us. We'll do the Googling for you.
We'll watch it so you don't have to. Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
James Morrow checking Resistance. In. Good evening from the rainy Las Vegas Valley. Yeah. Man. You're getting everything that just passed us, and we don't know what to do out here with
coming tomorrow too.
We got rain I think we're getting the most rain here in Southern California that we do it like an all year. We get it in 1 week.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So that's what makes it worse.
It's finally raining for longer than 20 minutes.
Yeah, Dr. Brantley. The year 2045, Star Wars Ray premieres. A bunch of old men in the back screen. Mary Sue. That whole. Yeah, like Scott said. I remember when she didn't even know how to do that. She didn't even know what a mind control was.
She used to fight with a stick.
To be fair, most of us were in on the sequels when they were coming out. Most of us.
Oh, absolutely.
Most of us, Joey.
Not Joey. Not Joey, but the rest of us were in. It wasn't until the end, whenever they really didn't have a plan, and it was evident that there was no plan.
What choice did we have? What choice did we have? We had to see it through. We had to see Ernie you were in on it, weren't you?
Well,
Ernie you were in all the way on the sequels with us, right? Yeah. Like awesome movie. Let's go.
Yeah, let's see what it's gonna be, and then it was just too weird.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Like I always said, I always lose my all of my thought and hope on the when it was just the next day.
Yeah,
that's what really shot me down right there.
And then we still sat there. We sat there and we're like, all right, look, there's one more movie.
Yeah.
Well, we got to do something.
All
it was done like this on purpose.
All I remember was the show after. Mike was the only one pounding the table saying it was a great movie.
Yeah.
And everyone else was like, we just got home from a funeral.
Yeah. Our podcast.
I was like, I need to see that again. I have to see that again to see if I saw what I just saw.
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you what, guys. Just story time for the Starlight Digest. We used to rent out theaters, and we used to basically invite all our friends and everybody who's in the local area. We had extra tickets, and we rented out the movie theater. We Ernie knew the manager there, and we talked to him. We had Denny's come out and cater. We had I think for Last Jedi there was I don't know, wrapped around the theater there was multiple theaters going on. We had trivia going on.
We had tables out. We were selling toys to people.
It was a big event, and then the movie came and went, and then Solo was right after it that summer, right? I think 6 months later.
Yeah.
Nobody was there but us in line with Denny's catered to us, and they were like, here's food for 5 guys, and we're like, I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. Everybody just checked out of Star Wars right after Last Jedi, like checked out. But
which sucks. Solo was really fun.
Yeah, and it was just kind of like that sucked. That went, again, they had a big circus for Last Jedi, and then like nothing for Solo. It was,
yeah,
exactly. Denny's carrying. They were awesome. Ernie set it all up, and then like nobody was there, and it was such a oh man, I swear, you should have seen us 6 months ago, man. This was
because there was a promotion.
Yeah, the Solo promotion. I still have the menus. They gave me the extra menus. Yeah,
correct. Yeah, there was a promotion.
Yeah, and like I said, we said, hey, because we're basing it all off Last Jedi, even though that we did a podcast at midnight right after, and we were just kind of like, the Yo Mama jokes, really? Like, was that a thing? Luke tossing a lightsaber, that was a thing. Anyway, That's a whole thing.
Wait. I know. I've got a graphic for that. Where is it? Here we go.
Yeah.
It should be all of us surrounding that little horse down there.
Yeah, poor horse.
Poor horse.
That's the horse they rode on the Star Destroyers with. Anyway, it's there were some talks about The Force Awakens being coming back into the movie theaters this December because it's the 10th anniversary of The Force Awakens. I don't know if that's happening, but
I did some research and from what I see that it's just talk. And I think that at this point in time, if it was going to happen, we would know it.
Because the actual anniversary was December 18th.
Yes.
I looked it up. I didn't memorize it.
I did.
So, and so, it'd be kind of out of, but I think what we'll do is we'll do a retrospect in December. When there's filler, we'll do a retrospect on Force Awakens.
We should have I believe one of our episodes falls on December 17th. So it's Wednesday, December 17th. Maybe that should be the retrospective day. We can pretend we're all in line for the Force Awakens.
There we go. Yeah. We'll rehash some of our theories that we had.
Talk about it. Yeah. Try and look at it with fresh eyes.
We weren't even a podcast when The Force Awakens came out. Not until The Last Jedi. So
yeah,
I was in line with my cousin to see it, not you guys.
That's when I met Joey.
Oh,
that's Joey, our anniversary, The Force Awakens.
Origin story.
That's our origin story. Conceived.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a dark and stormy night. All right, guys. Well, that concludes our Star Wars therapy for the week. It's Joey is hot.
Joey is hot.
I know I am.
Yes, do just Snoke.
Man,
we had absolutely. Snoke was supposed to be Plagueis. That would be
That was one of the rumors.
A retrospect or an autopsy. Yes. Yes to both.
What do the kids say these days? 6'7"?
6'7".
Yeah, your choice.
You can't see that's what the adults do. They'll stop, right? Is that what it is? Like, because now it's old. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe we can get it to stop. Say stupid things enough, and maybe it'll stop. Star Wars 77.
Yeah. Exactly. But let's get out of here. I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, Cassidy, we can, dude. I think we gotta stay on this topic for hours, round and round. I mean, hence why Scott made that graphic of me beating a dead horse, because I like to with the sequels. It's there's a lot of fuel there. And then again, I know we talked about Sabine's role in this. We broke it down the day it happened, when the day after that episode of Ahsoka, going like, oh come on, I sometimes like we have these ideas in our heads of characters, and they put way too much. Like I said, like it's almost like Sabine was perfect the way she was in her role of her skills. You didn't need that extra. Just like, to me, Boba Fett didn't need a lot of some of that stuff. I thought he was great as is. You know what I mean? I mean, Ernie doesn't think so, but yeah,
it was a great show.
But you know what, Ernie, dude, if there was a book of season Boba Fett season 2, I'd be right there with you.
Make me destroy you.
I will sit there still on my high horse and say how important Book of Boba Fett was to the grand scheme of things.
Hang on a second.
Emperor is not as forgiving as I am.
Nope.
Yeah. Boba Fett is Star Wars. It's Boba Wars. That's his name. So
got Ray Star Wars and Boba Wars. There we go.
Let me go ahead and goodbye horses. Yes, dude. Ding ding. Ding ding. Sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and plug Monday's show, the Toy Chest Show. Next week in America, we're celebrating Thanksgiving. Stay tuned. I think we are scheduling a show for Wednesday, and we'll do a show. Again, if there's Star Wars to talk, we're gonna kick back and talk about it. So don't worry about that. You'll have something to do on Wednesday, and of course Tuesday or Monday we're gonna do the toy show, which we got a lot to talk about in the toy show. There's a lot of exciting things happening in the Star Wars.
Got some Black Friday coming up, man.
Black Friday. Just real fast, that Vader Luke became available again on Pulse today. So they are going to start bringing that out more, I hope. But we have some SH Figure Arts news that we're going to hit on Monday too, because some really cool figures were like, they're going to force me to spend $300 on 3 figures. You watch. Yeah, but yes, Ray, thank you so much. I hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving next week, and may the force be with you all. Thank you so much, everybody in the pit. You guys are awesome as always. Meeks, thank you so much for gifting that membership.
Good Lord.
I know that Mando's on a roll. Mando might be, I think you're working right now, dude, right? He's got to be.
See what happens when you sit in a park truck,
right on, James.
Silence.
Exactly.
That's what happens.
Exactly. Yeah, James, thank you so much. Yeah, Scott really does a great job on the reviews, which will continue. They'll be in longer format moving on, and a couple of sprinkled shorts here and there, so you're not going to miss a beat. We got you covered on everything Star Wars. Mando's working. Yeah. SH Figure Ahsoka's fire. Again, I was like, all right, let's do it. Yeah, exactly.
Mando might take a cold shower.
Ernie, I'm going to kick it over to you. Make sure you plug the Fallen Fett Chronicles that was going on at 6:00 today, because you always miss your own show, and it's important that people understand why you're haunted.
Ernie.
So
why Ernie?
People need to know why Ernie.
Yes.
Moose just gave a great outro, so I don't know what else to hit. So for this week, what he said, and if you're part of the replay crew, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment, please, and continue to follow us on all social media and check out our reviews and shows. We will see you Monday. We may be back on Wednesday, and
good chance.
Yeah,
good chance.
Just happy hunting out there. Good luck. Let us know what you grab, and stay safe. We will see you next week. Maybe.
Absolutely. All the links are in the description below.
What he said.
Yeah, and continue to say. So if Chris was here, he'd be like, shut up, let's go. So, all right, guys.
Well, it's just because Chris would need to use the bathroom at this point.
Yeah.
Don't forget to check out Moocher's 3D Print Lab for all your action figure stand needs and environments and all that other good stuff. He's printing things. He just printed a life-size 8D8 droid.
Yeah.
Good God, that thing looks awesome.
He's actually like he's over there. And when I walk
into
the living room,
off,
it scares the crap out of me. Yeah, dude, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot I printed him. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Pitt. Thank you, Digest. We'll see you on Monday, Toy Chest, 5:30 p.m. right here. With that, Scott,
keep it nerdy, everybody.
Bye.
This is Grand Admiral Thrawn. You are listening to the Sarlacc Digest. What a fascinating play on words.